welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who don't know me, hi, welcome. I am so glad you stopped by today. Today I am doing a brand inventory. So what that means is I'm going to break my makeup collection down by brand and how many items I have with that specific brand. I'm going to start off with my drugstore items. This is going to be a 3-part series, and there will be pictures so you guys can actually see what I have in my collection, because I know a lot of you want to see what I have in my collection, but if I did it where I was holding up each and every item, I think it would be time consuming. So there will be pictures put on screen for you. I do have notes with everything, so if I am not looking directly at the camera, I'm probably looking at my notes, just so you guys are aware. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So I hope you guys are excited about this. I haven't seen many other people kind of do a brand inventory, and I thought this would be an interesting way to talk about my collection, show you guys my collection, and for me to kind of see where I have a lot of items and where I don't have as many items. So with that being said, the first brand we are going to start with is E.L.F. Now, I have 2 E.L.F. foundations, a setting powder, blush, lipsticks, and concealer. So I have 8 E.L.F. products. And that was kind of surprising to me because I remember when I first started collecting makeup, I had quite a few E.L.F. products. And so that has depleted quite a bit. And I think it was just kind of trying out other brands and finding out what worked for me and what didn't. So the next brand here is Wet n Wild. I really do like Wet n Wild. So I was surprised that I didn't have more Wet n Wild. So I have the Wet n Wild foundation, I have blushes, I have highlighters, I have eyeliners, I have lipsticks, I have a pressed powder. And all together I have 17 Wet n Wild products. The next one here is Kokie Cosmetics. I have lipsticks, eyeshadow primer, blush, a facial primer, eyebrow kit, eyeliners, and foundation. And I will tell you this, with Kokie, I really do enjoy their lipsticks. I enjoy their eyeliners. Like, their eyeliners are some of my favorites. I also like the blush palette that I do have. I need to use that more. And with Kokie, I have 13 items in total. Next up is NYX. I have contour palettes, I have lipsticks, I have eyeliners, I have liquid shadows, I have glitter, I have glitter glue, setting powder, eyebrow pencil and pomade, and the jumbo eye pencil in milk. Altogether, I have 23 NYX products. The thing with NYX is a lot of their items are hit and miss with me. I do tend to get rid of a lot of NYX, but I also tend to buy a lot of NYX. Like, I'm constantly getting new products from NYX, and I think I just need to stick with what I know works for me with them and stop trying so many new products. Next is Colourpop. I have so many liquid lipsticks, as you guys can see in the picture here. I have highlights, I have a blush, I have eyeshadows, both in the Super Shock as well as their pressed eyeshadows. I have an eyeshadow palette, my little pony palette that I absolutely love. I have a concealer, and I have 3 of their liquid eyeshadows. Altogether, I have 50 Colourpop items. That does not surprise me. Colourpop has some of my favorite liquid lipsticks. I like both the satin finish as well as the ultra matte. Next up is Princesa, which is a brand you can get from Shop Miss A. I have eyeshadow loose pigments. I have 3 of them. These are their metallic ones, and I absolutely do love them. I need to bring them out and use them more. Next is Okalan, is how I think you say it, and I got this from Shop Hush. This is their metal matte palette, and I only have 1 item from them. Beauty Glazed is up next, and I have 1 eyeshadow palette from them. I actually purchased this on Amazon because it was cheaper than Shop Hush. Next up is AOA Studio. This is another brand you can get from Shop Miss A, so it's $1 and it's really affordable. I included the A2O products, which are just a little more pricey. I think they're like $2.50 maybe, depending on the item, because they both come from the same brand, AOA Studio. So I have highlights, I have pressed shadows, I have liquid shadows, I have BB creams, I have lip gloss, I have an eyebrow pencil, lipsticks, and 2 setting powders. Altogether, I have 36 items from AOA Studio, and that does not surprise me because they're actually very decent for only being $1. Next up is BH Cosmetics. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. Some of the brands that are in here you might not think are drugstore, but I think they are drugstore, and I'm kind of going off price points. And if you don't agree with me, let me know down in the comments. That's totally fine. Next up is BH Cosmetics. I have eyeshadow palettes and highlight palettes. If you guys know me, I absolutely love my BH Cosmetics highlighting palettes. I swear by them because they are amazing. And I also have 2 of their eyeshadow primers, and I am not the biggest fan of those. I'm trying to actually use them up so that I no longer have them in my collection. But that being said, that's totally fine. I have 11 BH Cosmetics products. Next, these are all in the same image, and I'm going to try and go through them quickly. I have Coty Airspun. I have a Malibu Glitz blush. I have a Profusion contour palette. I have a Pixi by Petra blush duo that I got from Ipsy, I believe. And I have a Santee mascara. So I put all of those or mascara and blush, the Santee mascara and blush. I put all of those together because I kind of wanted to not have like images of one here and there. But that is what I have there. Up next, because I had to turn the page because I have so much crap, is L'Oreal. So for L'Oreal, I have lipsticks, I have a foundation, I have the lash primer, and a lip liner. Altogether, I have 7 items from L'Oreal. Today, I am actually wearing one of the L'Oreal lipsticks on my lips, and I actually do really like it. Next, all of these, again, are in one image because I just have a ton of like random products here and there. So I have a Kiss eyeliner. It's a gel eyeliner. I have Manic Panic and 2 foundations for Manic Panic. Those are my white foundations. I have the one that I use as a mix-in. Then I have Rimmel, their Stay Matte powder. I have 2 of these. I actually really, really enjoy this powder from Rimmel. Next is from number 7. I have their foundation. I really do enjoy it, and I do want to try more products from number 7. So if you guys have any recommendations, please leave that down below because I am very curious. Next is Soap & Glory, and I have their Super Cat Skinny Eyeliner. Next is Essence, and I have 2 of their mascaras. NYC, I have a loose powder, and Music Flower, which is a brand I found on Amazon. I have 2 of their gel eyeliners, one in black and one in brown. Next up is LA Girl. I have concealers, which I absolutely love for spot concealing, and I have a palette, their Neons one, and I am actually really enjoying that palette. Next up, Makeup Revolution. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes from Makeup Revolution. They are $15 each. I have the mermaid one and then one that is more neutral, and that's kind of the neutral one is what I use to create this eye look today. Next up, City Color. I have a palette and 4 lipsticks, so that is 5 items from City Color. Then there is a Maybelline, which I have a lot, and Maybelline is a brand that is hit or miss for me a lot of the time. So I have a setting spray, I have eyeshadow, I have foundation, I have mascara, I have a primer, I have concealer, I have pressed powder, and I have lipsticks. And all together I have 13 items from Maybelline. Next up is Milani. So from Milani, I have lipsticks, I have blush, and I have a foundation. That is 5 products from Milani. Milani is one of those brands that I would like to try more from. Next up is CoverGirl. I have lipstick and I have foundation. CoverGirl used to be a brand that really held me, and I used to buy a lot of it. And now I only have 4 items from CoverGirl. I don't really reach or gravitate towards that brand. And I don't know why. I just think it kind of lost me for some reason. I'm not really interested in it. I'll go look at like Walmart or Target and kind of look at what they have, and I just never really reach for it. That is why I only have 4 items. Next is Revlon, which is another brand that's kind of for me. I have lipsticks and I have foundation from Revlon. It's just kind of I think the lipsticks are more like glosses anyway, but they're okay. They're not, you know, the worst. They're not the greatest. They don't draw me in. Next is from Catrice. I have a pressed powder, contour stick, foundation, and gloss. That is 4 items from Catrice. Catrice is one of those brands that I'm kind of looking at not purchasing from. Their shade ranges are just utter crap. Like for the foundation I have, they have like 4 shades. And next is Physicians Formula. I have a bronzer blush duo, a bronzer, and a loose powder. That is 3 items from Physicians Formula. So that's kind of really what I have as far as drugstore end. And let me tell you, that is 233 items in my collection that I consider drugstore. Again, drugstore for me is more affordable, dare I say that word. I guess price conscious would be a better one. It just kind of lets me, I can purchase a lot of it, let me put it that way, because it's more affordable, although drugstore is starting to hike up their prices, which is just crazy to me, because weren't you supposed to be affordable? Well, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down below and let me know what you thought of this brand inventory. I will be doing another one for my high end as well as my indie brands. Thank you again, and bye!